calling somebody out for the good stuff. Hi, my name is Bertie, and in this video I just want to talk about praise, giving praise specifically. I was at a networking event, like a breakfast sort of talk recently, and there was a really good speaker there, and he asked the question, and it was one of the sort of show of hands affairs, do you actually give praise to your employees? There was about 60 to 80 people in that room, and probably only about 10 hands went up, which actually genuinely surprised me. I thought that was a lot more. Now, this is something that I feel I do, that I do quite well, and I've been really sort of fortunate in the places that I've worked, that I've sort of experienced a lot of praise being given out and just sort of seeing those sort of day-to-day interactions. But across the sort of room that I was in, it didn't seem like a common thing. So I just wanted to put this together and just sort of ask that question, is this something that you do within your business? Do you actually sort of take the time to tell people when they've done a good job? Because it's really, really important that we do that as business leaders. Now, it's very easy sometimes, especially sort of in like a sort of crisis time, to sort of focus on the negative. Like if somebody's late or if something hasn't gone wrong, you know, we're very sort of quick to either sort of talk about that person or sort of tell them that something's not right, or you know, act in a certain way. But I really don't think that there's enough praise that goes on in a business, and that actually really just sort of is absolutely crucially important, because it really does change that relationship with the person that you're sort of dealing with, because they're the sort of things that they remember. Actually, they'll sort of go home and say, oh, do you know what, my boss actually told me I did a really good job today. And they're the things that stay with them. Now, some people are really good at those sort of generic sort of company emails that sort of, you know, tell how well we're doing, or maybe sort of stand up sort of team meetings and those sorts of things. And, you know, they're good. You know, it's absolutely, I'm not saying don't do those things. I'm just talking about these really low effort, like tiny effort interactions with people on a day-to-day basis, that if you've actually noticed that something's good, maybe you've sort of told a colleague that, oh, you know, they've done a good job, actually just go and tell them yourself, tap them on the shoulder and just say, do you know what, that presentation you put together for me, or that social post that went out, really good, really liked that. And that's the sort of thing that I'm talking about. So I just sort of wanted to just sort of ask that question, just sort of challenge you really. If you're not giving praise, if you're not having those interactions with people, then why don't you try it? Just sort of see what happens. Maybe just one person a day, and just sort of just go up and speak to them face to face and just say, you've done a good job. I'm not talking about making stuff up. If they haven't done a good job, then that's an entirely different conversation altogether. But the people that are there in your work environment, that are working hard for you, I know it's their job, I know that we're paying them to do their job, etc. But these little things just go over and above, and it really does make you stand out as a leader, and they're the sort of things that people will remember, and they'll sort of talk about to their sort of friends and family. So that's all I want to say on this video. Hope that's been useful, and if you've got any comments about this, whack it in the comments below. Thanks a lot.